have some very exciting news to share with you, but first, there's whales in the lagoon. We spotted a mama and a baby just flopping around over here, so Warren's got the drone up to check it out.
Got some really good sky pics. High in the sky.
Here's the big news we wanted to share with you. Warren's visa got approved! Woo!
I get to stay in French Polynesia.
Okay, I want to pause here for two reasons. One, I don't think we've addressed it, and two, you've asked a lot of questions about it. So I don't have to get my visa because I'm half French on my father's side. And when we first got to French Polynesia, we assumed that because Warren's married to me, that he'd go ahead and get the benefits out of it too. But that's not the case. Don't ask me why, it's some bureaucratic, you know. Anyways, it doesn't matter now, he got his visa. So we get to stay in French Polynesia, we get to hang out with the whales longer. I don't know if we kind of followed up and told you guys really what happened after he left for California to apply for the visa. But when he came back, which he was able to come back on another passport, hold please, drone coming in.
Got it.
Good, okay. So he was able to come back to French Polynesia on a second passport because his first passport was sent out for the visa.
Yep, sent out to France.
But when he landed in Tahiti and I went to pick him up, they almost didn't let him stay. He had 5 days left on his initial visa, and they were like, you can't stay for longer than that. So the next day, luckily he got through. The next day we went to the High Commissioner and we pleaded our case.
So lucky.
And luckily for us, like, they were very nice and kind about it. They gave us a 3-month extension until the visa was to be finished, which we didn't know was
Which we're about halfway through that 3-month extension.
Yeah,
we're about
already.
a month or 6 weeks into that, so
and,
we just got it.
We just got word that the visa has been approved, so we will be picking that up.
I'm staying.
And we're staying in French Polynesia.
Woo.
And with the whales. So happy. Well, we officially get to stay in French Polynesia. They're not going to kick us out. Despite Warren's nefarious record, I'm really surprised they didn't look too into that. It took a lot of effort, but it has finally paid off. Warren got his visa.
I'm staying forever.
Forever? Serious?
Yeah. Maybe.
I'll tell you what, neither one of us wanted to leave this place. There's so much to see and explore. Everything about it, it just feels at home. We feel so comfortable, and we couldn't have been more relieved to hear this news.
Here we go.
So this means now we have an influx of family and friends dying to come down and visit us. They were just as relieved to hear this news as we were. And another reason, more specifically to maybe justifying why we went with the bigger boat, was to do this so that we could have our family and friends come visit us in these most beautiful places. We get to create memories with our loved ones, and this place is unlike any other. I mean, look at it. We typically don't film a whole lot when our family and friends are on board. We really cherish our time with them, and it's really challenging to put a camera in their face. I actually find it easier to film pufferfish and turtles. Decided to edit this video a little differently. A couple reasons. One of them, we're pretty far behind, like almost 6 months behind, and we'd really like to catch up. Another reason, we end up doing a lot of the same activities with our family and friends while they're here, which can be kind of repetitive. So rather than prolonging and just stringing this along month after month, preventing us from catching up, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you how crazy the last couple of months have been with family and friends on board with a mashup of highlights and best ofs on Ba.
Okay, well, today I have to do some repairs on our poor little dinghy. We tacoed it a couple months ago, actually in Mexico, with too many people in it and not enough air, and I came in kind of hot to the beach, which I normally do, and it skids right up. Only this time, it didn't skid up. It kind of just dove in, and the back end kind of came up and folded the whole thing. So we've bent the bottom a little bit. It's not terrible, but it has weakened the bottom. And what I need to do now is kind of bend it back in place. And the only way I can do that is to bring it up on the beach. And I spied some logs the other day that I'm going to rest the two sides on so that it's up. Sounds more complicated than it really is, probably because of how I explain things. But I'm going to bend it back into place. That's all I got to do today. Try and keep this thing alive for the next year or so until we can afford a new one. Well, the idea is simple enough to use a little bit of weight and my weight to bend the bottom back into place, but it doesn't, not going how I planned it. It's working up a sweat here. It's not exactly working, so I had to call in the big guns.
Yeah, that's me.
So hopefully the two of us together, come on, let's do this. Stand right on that bar, please. We need some extra weight.
What are you saying?
The big dog. Okay, all right. We look so dumb right now. We have to bounce together.
Okay.
It's better, but it still arches up when it should be completely straight. I don't know what else to do, honestly. We've given it all our weight.
She's got, Captain.
I think we might just have to live with it.
Yeah. It might mean that you can't just go balls
to
into
the wall.
beach.
What we need to do is enlist the help of some locals. Because they're big.
Big.
They are big. They're big boned people. That's all there is. There's nothing wrong with that. They're beautiful. I think they're all beautiful. We need a team here, actually, I think.
Comme ça?
Okay.
Ensemble.
Right here. Okay. Okay, come on, babe. You stand in the middle.
Oh, I'm in the middle. Okay.
Right here. Yeah, yeah, did it. Yeah. Okay, we did it. My friend. Thank you. Woo! Yeah. Okay. I did it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Have a great day. Thank you. Yeah. Woo.
Happy?
Yes, I'm happy. There you go. Okay,
So?
that is a lot better.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That is a lot better.
I mean, you could still, there's still like over here.
Yeah. This, I took care of that pretty good, and this has come down quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It really has. All right, well, that worked pretty well. I guess really I'm pretty stoked. The bottom is back to basically the way it's supposed to look. And so the next thing I'm going to do is we're going back into Papeete in the next couple days, and so I'm going to get some plywood and I'm going to build a bottom on these. The upgraded models to the one I have comes with a aluminum bottom that certainly stiffens. It makes it way more rigid. So I'm going to build a very nice plywood bottom out of marine plywood, stain it, make it super nice, and bolt it into place. There will be small bolts going through the bottom, but it will make this thing last, I hope. Come on, Moose. So that's the plan, but it worked pretty well. So on to the next project.
What?
I have no idea.
Oh, sounds so exhausting.
All right, well, obviously we're back in Tahiti. We're picking up my folks today, actually. So we got this convenient spot in the marina. And while we're here, I gotta fix the bottom of it. So I've bought some really good plywood. That's marine grade plywood at $120 a sheet. Whew, that hurts a little bit. And I've got the new stuff I'm gonna put on the bottom, the padding. I hate having to tear that other stuff off. And I hate to have to do this twice and pay for it twice, but that other stuff just did not hold up as expected. So I have that torn up and cut the plywood, put it in, put this new foam down with some good glue, and hopefully it lasts longer than that last stuff did. And this dinghy holds up for the next year or two until we can afford a new one. That's what we're hoping. So it's hot. I've got about 4 hours until the folks get here. Here we go. Whoa, okay. Long day, but it's done. I think it looks great and way, way stronger. So it should definitely stand up to some of the abuse that we're gonna give it with a bunch of guests and family over the next month. Actually, it's not just my family. A whole bunch of people are coming. So we have just enough time to shower, go pick them up, right, honey? She got all the shopping and the cleaning done today. Still working on the cleaning. All right. Shower time, go get the folks. Party!
I'm doing a video. Do the ready? Marilyn Monroe.
Whoa!
That was terrifying. So we did a parent swap and now I've got my mother. I mean, I think this next month
All parents?
parents. But we get mom for 2 weeks, which is a great amount of time.
Great amount.
It is, to do everything that we want to do and make it worthwhile.
Versus like 1 week where you don't really get to do that much.
No more bread.
Oh, crumbs. What have you done?
Yeah, I'm trained right.
What do you want her to do?
I'm just excited for this. I'm not waiting for you
That
guys.
was real sailing. I thought.
Like, what kind of fun was that for you, Mom?
I mean, what level?
Like a real fun, or like scared and then it was fun later?
I mean, afterwards, after the whole experience was over, was
Yeah.
it fun?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Warren, I know Warren had fun. Look at him. He's still having fun. Scrub that boat.
Let's go back out. Oh, that was good.
It's far away, right?
Yeah.
The truth of it is, it's not always a perfect paradise. As you can see, weather's not so great. Oh, yeah!
Pick the time perfect.
We chose our time to come swim with the rays and the sharks perfectly. Clearly we didn't, but we'll get in the water with these guys and I'm sure it'll be a lot better below water than above. Because that looks nasty. Oh my god!
Coming down!
This is something we absolutely cannot control with our family and friends when they come to visit us. Another thing is we live a pretty unconventional lifestyle and we're exposed to the elements, like all of the elements. So there's a lot more risk and sometimes it bites us in the butt, but sometimes it bites our guests in the butt. This is Alistair. I've known him since he was a baby, and so when he called me up and said, Erica, I need to change my life up a bit, I said, come sailing. That should do the trick. So he hopped on a flight and was ready to go. However, this time, things didn't go exactly to plan, as most things usually do with sailing. And well, let's just say we were lucky to be somewhere with a hospital.
Pretty shitty turn of events just now. Alistair got stung by a jellyfish. We both did, and his was on his neck. And I think he's had an allergic reaction to it or something, and we had to take him to the hospital. He ended up in pretty bad shape. I feel bad even filming this, but we need to make this part of our story. You guys are always asking about the real sailing life, and often it's way too difficult to grab a camera when something's going wrong. And now I have a moment. There's nothing else I can do. Erica went with him to the hospital, and now it's just a waiting game. So I think, you know, you guys want to know about it when it gets bad, and this is bad. This is one of those times where it doesn't go according to plan, and I feel really, really almost embarrassed because it's my responsibility. We saw them in the water and I touched one to see if I got a little sting on my hand, and I didn't, so they were small.
You know what? I did just get a little sting on my elbow.
You did?
Yep. Just to let you know, I mean, they're not terrible, but it stings a little.
I thought we could be in the water. We're in the water every single day here. We just happened to see some tonight. You know, we always swim with them. You don't always see them. But that was a bad decision, and I also waited too long. It was actually Erica's call to drop the dinghy and take him in, and by the time we got him in the dinghy and got going, he was starting to convulse a bit, and he was way overheated, and by the time the ambulance got there, he needed an ambulance. Oh my God. I've made a couple poor decisions tonight, and I'm feeling really, really bad about this right now. It's a really terrible way to have have anybody start off their vacation with us.
Fortunately, things turned for the better in the ambulance when Alistair turned to me with a smile and said, "You should be filming this. It's some good content." It was that moment I knew things were going to be okay. But it's still every traveler's nightmare, and especially for us living on a sailboat, to have to go to a hospital.
This is fun. We're making memories.
Oh, yeah. So it looks like our little guys back in action. Last night was scary. I mean, we can joke about it now, but I don't think it was the wisest choice to jump in the water.
I agree.
When we knew there were jellies. Yeah. Went to the hospital last night for a midnight visit. Got back around 1, and he was feeling much better as soon as we got back to the boat, which is really, obviously.
Coming in hot.
Welcome back to the land of the living. Jellyfish free,
Jellyfish free.
or you've built up an immunity, one of the two.
I mean, that would be pretty sweet.
That would be pretty cool.
Be indestructible.
Yeah, okay.
What's the thing that eats jellyfish?
Turtles.
Ah.
Turtles and rays. That's
Be
probably
like a
why the rays
turtle.
were hanging around, maybe.
Float like a jelly, eat like a turtle. That's my motto.
Okay, that's the trip motto. Well, he's clearly already housebroken. Got him mopping already. Are you ready to learn how to sail, though?
I'm ready to learn how to sail.
I am excited to teach you, man.
Let's hoist the main.
Okay. Well, it's got the lingo
Let's
down.
raise the anchor. Let's
else
launch
you
the daggers.
I don't know about that one. You're 2 for 3, though.
Okay. Make sure at the windlass that there's nothing around it, because the chain does, gather here. Especially if it's windy. Right now it's calm. Again, you don't want the pressure on the windlass, especially if it's windy. It's really back down on the chain. Port control, port control. This is sailing vessel Va. Do you copy?
Yes, good morning, go ahead.
Don't push the red one.
Port control. This is sailing vessel Va.
Nailed it.
We would like permission to exit Papiete.
Well, copy, no problem, you may proceed. Thanks, and have a good trip, and see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll look forward to it.
Nailed it.
Well, I gotta be careful with accents. Sometimes you gotta know your crowd.
You do.
Another delight to having so many visitors is that we get to share with them what we learned over the years with sailing. The learning process for us has not been without its fair share of mistakes, but that goes along with anything. It gives us the experience necessary to pass along quality knowledge. These are the moments that we get to relive the magic of our first sails and witness the pure joy through a new set of eyes.
Just don't fall off the boat.
Okay, so it's 2. Now it got caught, so we just release a little bit and we let it come down.
All right, now.
Okay, go.
Go, 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 go,
Yeah, go.
Yeah, buddy.
but I like extra salted when I'm on the sea.
Good, that's all pretty.
Motors are off.
Yeah! You! Woo! My favorite sound.
You should hand steer, Alistair,
Hand
to get a feel for the boat rather
Yeah.
than doing autopilot here. So.
I can't believe you guys are wearing rain jackets right now. Why?
Well, it doesn't look like it from that angle.
No, it looks beautiful here.
Straight ahead, we got a double rainbow!
Oh gosh,
Whoa.
it is coming for us. Wow, that is an amazing rainbow.
Double.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Nope.
Wow. Let's get it before we get nailed.
Pretty.
Dang. God, that looks fake.
Yeah?
That doesn't even look real from here.
Oh my gosh, my glasses don't even give it justice. My glasses actually make it worse.
This is incredible rainbow right now.
Get a good shot, honey, a photo. Wow, wow, wow!
Wow. That is nuts.
So wild. Passage beer.
What's that? I couldn't hear you.
Passage beer.
Boom. There we go. Use your outside voice.
I thought it would carry with the wind.
I think it was hard focus.
How did we do as teachers?
I think, pretty good. I feel like I could raise the sail.
Okay.
I could drop and raise anchor
Yeah.
if I needed to.
Yeah.
I know what to do if someone goes overboard. First you yell, "Oh shit!" Then
Yeah.
you draw them the raft thing.
Yeah.
And then leave a trail of breadcrumbs.
Something like
Just start throwing shit into the water.
Yes, I think
Yep,
you got it. I
exactly.
think you got the gist.
And
of
most
the whole
importantly, did you have fun?
Yes.
När morgonen gryr och dimman ligger tät bland bergen.
Fun is the most obvious thing that we aim for when we host. Over the years, and especially in the last few months, some of the most beautiful things in life are not necessarily the things or the places we've been, but more the people and the memories we create in these places.
Glittrar och de djupa skogarna tystnat. Då dansar gryningen. Påtaglig och vacker, iklädd ljusgrå slöja.
But it sure doesn't hurt having a backdrop like Maria. arrived this morning. Very excited. Alistair's also newly certified. And go check out what is under the sea over here in Moorea, because we're making this kind of our home for the next however many months. Oh! Have that on our agenda today, and then maybe go on a hike? I don't know. It's just like so much to do.
I don't know if we'll have enough time. Ready? Okay, let's go. Get ready, woman.
He's telling me to vlog, and then he's telling me let's go. I think he's just doing it for the camera.
You guys ready?
Done it yet. We can go up through the pineapple fields to Blue Pine.
I feel like you slightly under or downplayed the difficulty of the hike, but I'm not mad about it at all.
Bienvenue!
Yeah.
So like what? Me too.
Maybe we can just have you guys trying to scare each other.
Whoa! What? I want to. Oh, okay.
Three, 2, 1, Yamada! Did not work.
Want to try some macro?
Erica, you have to be a submissive for a change.
I keep telling her that.
Och dimman ligger tät bland bergen. Osynlig för blotta ögat, men med påtaglig närvaro, dansar gruvfrun.
It's been a long day. Poor guy.